send off. You be taking orders, good burger, nigga. Old broke ass pockets hurting, nigga. Is you fat or skinny, buddy Sherman, nigga? I discourage niggas, then dirt a nigga. Clay Thompson got the Stephen Curry with him. That's a warrior with a 30 with him. Boy, this ain't a game, I ain't during, nigga. Get it rappers' heads like a turban, nigga. Make him feel like heat like a furnace, nigga. If I wave it at him like a current, nigga, then he catching bullets, Michael Irvin, nigga.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? What a great picture here. DGP back again with another video. NBA 2K17 MyGm. And we have some new features here. I'm gonna give you guys some tips and tricks on how to utilize these new features. I'm going to go kind of more in depth, and I'm gonna give you guys an up close look on how they're gonna work in this year's MyGm. Now, I'm a big fan of MyGm. I post it pretty much every year, but I'm gonna start posting it early instead of waiting till the springtime, so you guys can know that I'm going to be on this MyGm grind. So, you know, be ready for this series. I don't know what team I'm going to pick. Let me know down below what teams I should pick. So let's get into the first feature, a big feature, which is protected picks. So when you're trading picks, usually you guys just you get whatever pick that team got. So last year, let's say I traded my pick to the Sixers, they just get that pick. With this year, how they do it in real life is protected picks. How do protected picks work? Let me explain. So you're trading your first round pick and say it's top 5 protected. If you get in the upcoming draft, if you're like a lottery team, your team lands 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. If it lands in the top 5, your team that traded that top 5 protected pick gets to keep that pick, and then the following year, the team that you traded to, they will get your pick for that year. So if I traded, like right here, you saw I traded my top 10 pick protected. Had we gotten the top 10, we would have got that first round pick, and next year they would have got that first round pick. The Sixers would have. But if we fell, 11th and threw out the lottery, the Sixers, they would have got that pick that year for this year, and then next year we would just had our own pick. So if you guys need more help explaining it, let me know. I can explain even more. But the protected picks are a great asset to the thing. So for the Celtics, like I said earlier, we think we're a lottery team. If I do a top 10 protected pick and say we have a stinker of a year, guess what? We get the player we traded for, and we keep a top 10 pick, which is pretty nice. So I'm gonna go in depth on this dynamic rivalries. Now, rivalries happen more so in the NBA. It's like they here and then there. Some rivalries are going to be rivalries to the end of time. So if you guys looked right here for the dynamic rivalries, you guys should see that the Celtics and Lakers were a hot rivalry. After a year simulated, it kind of died down because it became one side. Look at the Heat and Celtics. It kind of died down because it got boring. But look at the Celtics versus the Clippers. You want to go back. At first, it was not hot. It was a boring rivalry. Now, if you look at it now, it's a real hot rivalry. It's also they do it based on geographical, and also two teams are going at it. So let's say the Celtics and Grizzlies, they both go at each other in NBA Finals 3 straight years in a row. They're going to be the hottest rivalry in basketball, which is going to lead to more intense games. The crowd's going to get more intense. The fans are going to go to that game, which is pretty good. Now, a feature I mildly skipped over because it's not that big of a deal is promotions. Last year, you really didn't have a choice on when to promote. This year, they kind of give you more options to do so, and they give you a certain balance of points. So you have 12 points, and you got to pick which promotion you want to run for that night, and then they'll come back to you later in the year during the season and be like, yo, what kind of promotion you want to run? That's good. Let's talk about the jersey retirements, because I skipped over that again. I don't know if you guys remember, but when you traded somebody, let's say like the Celtics, when Paul Pierce retired, we all know Paul Pierce getting his jersey retired. We know KG getting his jersey retired for the Timberwolves. But anytime like they retire, their jerseys never got retired, and you had to manually just make sure that they didn't get retired. So that is why I love this new feature of the retiring players. So when players retire, their jersey will get retired. Vince Carter, when he retires, his number 15 will get retired for the Raptors. Nobody can wear number 15 for your team. Now, let's get into the league meeting CBA rules. After every season, you'll get asked a series of questions, whether you agree, disagree, or you just don't care. So, like, you can change the rules. So, I don't know if you saw earlier, but it said backcourt violation to get the ball past, to the front court. Instead of 8 seconds, would it be 6 seconds? So yeah, man, you can change the rules where when rookies come into the league, because it's a rule that I saw that you'll see in this clip. It said, do you want guys to have to stay in the college rankings for at least 3 years, or international players being 21 years old? And I agreed, and look at the league. It's going to get improving. Now you see years until the new CBA. That means you got to wait that many years for those rules to take in effect. So it's going to take that long for those rules to come into effect. So in 2 years after the season that I simmed, 2 more years, players that will be rookies will have to at least be in college for 3 years or 21 years old for international players. Me personally, I think that's what everybody should do in real life, but hey, you can finally have that in MyGM and have your actual league. Now I'm showing you guys just the offseason how it looked was because it was a bit different. You have the draft and then you have your team options and free agency. I like that because that's how it kind of is in real life. No longer you have to, pick your team options and then go into the draft and do all that stuff. That happens after the draft, so you can really base your draft on what it is. I'm showing you guys what the draft picks look like. The auto-generated people typically aren't good, but this year it is perfect. So yeah, man, these auto-generated rookies are actually pretty good. You guys see we have 2 or 3 77, 70, and we have a 79 overall in the top 5. So these, if you don't, so I typically wait till the end when somebody makes a draft class, but these auto-generated rookies aren't bad at all. So don't be afraid to start a MyGM and feel like that I got to start over when the draft class comes and not continue it. No, this MyGM this year is going to be the best franchise I've ever played. Maybe outside NFL 2K5. I know I went through everything quick. If you want to have any more questions, hit me up on Twitter. That'll be it for the video. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.
Mines on my jock, you heard me, yeah. I spent 60 on her, why she call me dada? I might fuck her on the couch and tell her bye-bye. I might smash her on the couch and tell her bye-bye.